Sir.
I'm watching Cheryl Scott in the weather.
She's great, isn't she?
She's a real gem. One of my favorites, you know. Any hot weather girl, I'm in.
Just saying.
Just saying. Hey, I got to check out the. I saw Big Head Todd and the Monsters on Saturday at the Rivers Casino. If you haven't been to that venue?
I've been to Rivers. Did they a new place for the band?
You know, it just, they call it the event center, and what they do is it's just a ballroom that they put a stage, and then they put, you know, rows of, you know, seats. I was kind of surprised. I thought it was like 500 people or less. I asked the guy there, and he said it was 800. And I was really surprised because the room isn't that big. It's about 20 rows and about 20 rows and then like 15 seats, 15 seats, and 15 seats. So 3 sections, but it's basically like a square. And it's just a very large ballroom. I gotta tell you, it was really good though, man. The sound was excellent.
I haven't been there. I think Gone Country, when Jesus was playing there, that's the last time I think I was at Rivers, and then I was at the craps table, and they raised the minimums, and I had to leave.
Yeah, I think it was like $25 was the cheapest.
Dave.
Hey.
Hello, my friend.
How you doing, Pete?
You know, just making friends every day.
Making friends and enemies, you know.
Same thing.
Mike, we've met before too, I believe, at Discord Jams.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure,
I'm
absolutely. Sundance.
Sundance, yeah, Sundance. Where?
Absolutely. Too bad they don't do that anymore. That was kind of fun.
Yeah. That was. I don't know what. I mean, I think part of it is that the Monster Jams ramped back up.
Yeah, but you know, the Monster Jam is really playing to certain people. I think that, you know, it's somewhat of a different crowd. I don't know. I honestly, I don't even go to the Monster Jam. So yeah. I mean, Rookie's Rock House is a little out of the way. I hear they're going to be moving it though. So
they are. I mean, the next one. Oh man, the next one is at
Old Republic.
Right? Old Republic. That's out of Rock House closing. They found that one, and then the one after that is at Dirty Nelly's.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Dirty Nelly's one in Hoffman too. Yeah.
Yeah. Dirty Nelly's a little closer. I mean, like I said, just for me on a Thursday, sometimes I got gigs, sometimes I'm busy with stuff. So it's like, you know, when it's a non-paying gig, it usually doesn't take a huge precedent.
Oh, for sure. I mean, my daughter Remy and I did a lot just to keep, a lot of times to keep sharp because it was like slow times for, you know, decades. We don't usually gig a whole lot in December. And our guitarist Mike had rotator cuff surgery, so we've been slow to get back onto the rehearsal.
Yeah, well, you know, that happens.
Oh yeah.
So I remember we did we jam any tunes at the Discord? I can't remember.
I would have to go look. I remember as I was just like, okay, Mike's out there jamming bongos to Zeppelin. Right, so I knew you played with my daughter, Remy. Right, so that was like there was one right there. I'm gonna ping the band to see where we are at.
I remember we did Ramble On, I believe, or no, Whole Lot of Love. I think we did Whole Lot of Love. That's what it was.
Ramblon was one.
Was
Of
it
them.
Ramblin'?
You did a bunch. Yeah, you were on many of them. So it was. And so I know you and I played on something just out of
Cool. That's awesome.
just out of repetition because we were both there for so many of them.
Yeah, it was a good time. I really enjoyed
Oh
it.
yeah. Well, that's also that was my Mundelein, so that's my backyard too. So it's easy
yeah,
to get there and
totally. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't gone to the Monster Jam. The only one I was going to even half consider, and I can't remember why I didn't do it, but they had one for like 70s rock or yacht rock or
yeah,
something like that. And I was going to
70s.
go
Yeah,
to
there's a 70s one.
70s. Yeah, I was going to do that one, and I just, something happened that day. I couldn't make it. So,
Yeah, Jen and I, lead singer Jen, we've been doing them for really for a lot of it for networking and fun, right? Just
yeah,
to meet other musicians.
definitely.
Because sometimes you see people at a show, like if I go, if I went out and saw Mosquitoes, right, we might wave, but you're busy.
Yeah.
You're
But
doing
I
something.
always I always do like when people come up and say hello, I mean, I
hmm
try to tell people
Oh yeah.
you're never bothering me. It's always great just to say hey, hello. If I don't always see somebody out in the crowd, it's always great to see
hmm
people, other musicians supporting the musicians that are playing. And I try and do that pretty, like last Saturday or Friday, was it Friday? No, Saturday. Yeah, Friday. I did it Friday. I caught two bands that I hadn't, I saw
Yeah.
Pacific Sound Company, which is members who used to be with Blue Bayou, and then they kind of
Yep.
transitioned and then went into this like, Laurel Canyon stuff, so, rock from Laurel Canyon. And then I saw the Jeff Anthony group. So I caught one set of each on Friday. So
Mm.
it was good. Two different types of music. One was a little more mellow
Yeah.
and the sound they had it dialed in at Peggy Canane's. And then I went over to Mad Cats and caught the second set of Jeff Anthony group. And that was a little more
Mm.
harder rocking. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Jennifer has joined.
Yeah,
Hello.
the
Hello.
viewership just went up.
I know. Do we have the whole band or is it just a couple of you guys?
I think some of them are trying to log in right now. I
Okay.
know not everybody can make it. Unfortunately, we have a teacher in the group and she's in the middle of class or something. Or
That's totally fine.
Oh,
Totally. Sometimes when you have the whole band, it becomes harder, because everyone wants to kind of get something in. So sometimes
Sure.
if you don't have everybody, it's not always a bad thing.
it doesn't matter. We only pull out 30 seconds at a time, so
Pete does that. I don't do that. I'm
no,
in for the hour. I'm in.
the gods of AI do that. So we got to say something real important. Dave, welcome back to the show, man. What have you been up
Hey.
to?
Okay, so Jen, we were just talking a little bit about like the Monster Jam and such, right? So,
Yeah.
from a music, we've been playing out and we've been rehearsing, and now we're just crushing on tons of new songs. Um,
Yeah.
But
Isn't
but
that great? That
yeah,
totally it totally invigorates. Like for me, because we've been playing for so many years. It's like when we finally inject another 10 new songs. It's like something to work towards.
well,
And always want to see how it plays out with the audience too.
mhm.
By
Mhm.
rolling out a new song, getting the feedback. In real time from people listening. So yeah.
Dave, let's clue everybody in. We got a history together. You kicked my
Yeah.
ass at School of Rock on bass up and down. You and Peter Dankelson. I had to go to therapy for 3 years.
Oh, now.
Then I came back and then I forgot you 413. What was that group you were in? You guys were killing it.
That's
413.
413. That's
413.
when
Okay.
Jen, you could tell the story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, basically, like we wanted to do this podcast today because it's like our favorite day because I was in 413 from 2018 on to I think it was 3 years ago because it'll be 3 years with Crossing Decades. But yeah, it's a great day. I had a great experience with all the guys in that band, and we decided to form another project, which led into Crossing Decades, so we could give like more of a block of music for each decade. And the guys know that I really like to dress up and do my costume stuff, so I kind of morphed it into like, okay, well, we got to stick to certain decades. We have done some crossover shows where we just kind of threw in a bunch of numbers, and then it kind of makes the outfits kind of interesting. So, but yeah, I mean, we try to do something a little different to give, you know, a little variety and not just play a song from this, you know, here and there and just all over the place.
And Jen and I actually joined 413 one week apart.
Yeah, literally. I think it was like a week and a half or something.
Yeah, her first official rehearsal was my tryout.
So when you guys saw the calendar and you had to sign on to the date, you're like, we're taking 413.
We try to play a show. We try to do a show that day, but it doesn't always, you know, it's a Monday. You can't really do a show.
Yeah.
So,
was it last year we did a reunion show?
We did
at the Chicago Loop and brought back as many of the former members. So that band had been playing for 15, 20 years, something like that, like a crazy long time. That Mike and Damian, I think Mike will be on it a little bit. I'm not sure if Damian was able to make it. But they've been playing together for 20 plus years, something like that. They've been friends since high school. So they formed the band.
To prove it.
Yeah. They formed the band, and again, they moved to Crossing Decades, and we've even added we now have two female singers that just crush the harmonies.
Isn't that awesome when you have the harmonies going?
Yeah, that was my request. I mean, I fronted 413 for a while by myself, and I've always, in my other bands, I've always had multiple females, and it didn't really matter if it was a female or not, but just multiple leads that, you know, then you can, you know, dance around and you can take breaths and, you know, it's not all on you. So I really wanted that. And Jessica, she's been in since August, I think, of last year. Yeah, we've had some pretty good shows with her. So
that's awesome. Yeah. So is it how many lead singers total then? Are there two?
Well, it's two females, and then we do have our guitarist Mike sings a little bit. Dave obviously sings, or Doc. I get confused calling him Dave because we have another Dave in the band who's just our guitarist, but he doesn't really sing. But yeah, I mean, we do have we try to give them a couple songs here and there to kind of break it up and, you know, show them what they can do. Doc's definitely been singing more in Monster Jams, so I'm trying to push him to sing a little bit more. He's taken on some bigger songs come this year. So
nice.
So the new band now, what is the name of the new band, and who go through all the players? Who knows who's going to show up? It's just like showing up at a bar. You don't know who's going to make it or not. But let's clue everybody in what we got going on.
So Crossing Decades, right? So we've been together. The current lineup, with Jess, has been around for maybe a year-ish.
Yeah, it was like August of last year.
But so I'll introduce the singers. Right, we got Jen Brown, our lead singer. Then Jess. Oh my God, I can't pronounce her last name. Chatorpian.
Yeah.
Am I close? I wish she was here to correct me. She's our other female lead, and they do. I mean, they trade off. They do, like I said, they do such a great job. Jess is a music teacher, right? So, you know, Jen's like, hey, Dave can sing more. I'm like, yeah, but if you ask me to just find a harmony, I'll be like, I'm gonna need a map and a few minutes and, you know, a few hours at home, right? I can hold a tune for sure and such, but they can just, do you want to do this part or this part? It's just you know, crazy to watch them work. And then Jen, you can.
Yeah, and our guitarist Mike, he does sing. I don't know how to really say his last name either. It's
Nikarowski.
Everybody's got.
We have some crazy last names in our group.
My last name is Brown. If you can't figure that out, then
yeah.
But he sings too. But you know, being a lead guitar player, I think he likes to focus on the guitar. But it's nice when he does jump in because he has a nice voice too. So we try to make him sing sometimes. And then we have Dave Buer. He's our rhythm guitarist, and he's been in the band almost as long as us. Maybe like maybe a few months after we started. I mean, it wasn't that long. I want to say maybe it was like 6 months later he joined. So he's been with us too for a while. Yeah.
So what do we have? Am I counting 6 or 7 piece?
Six.
Okay.
6. And then, Damian Thompson, Sgt Sparkles is our drummer.
He's our drummer. Yeah.
Nice.
He is a Army reservist. He is a sergeant, right? And at one point, I think it was one of the brigadier generals or one of the generals walked up and said something to the effect of, "Hey, Sgt Sparkles," and then it's done. Oh, Damian just joined. So Damian,
hey,
how you doing?
How did you get the moniker Sgt Sparkles?
So I'm in the Army. I've been in for 34 years now, both the active reserve, and we were playing. This was a long time ago. We were doing a show and we were doing the band introductions, and our singer at the time, Tom, he used to do a crazy thing where when he just try to play with everybody's name, and he used to always say, "We're not Kiss, but we have our own demon. Here's Damian." And for I now remember. So I have 3 daughters, and they all did competitive cheer. So there was a thing going around where, as I try to help the team that I coached, inspire them, I had this shirt that was blinged out. And so I told them, "Hey, if you get a bid to stay, I'll wear the shirt. I'll suck it up. I'll wear this blinged out shirt." So they did, and I wore the shirt, and there was a picture going around of me in this thing all sparkled up. And so at that next show, he introduced us, and our drummer, Sgt Sparkles, and it's stuck ever since then.
It's a very unique name.
Yeah, it goes. I mean, that was back like, God, 2010. I want to say, right. Maybe 2011, somewhere around there. And it's stuck ever since. I show up for practice, and it's like, "Hey, Sparkles is here." So it's stuck.
Well, Sergeant Sparkles, thank you for your service. Thank you for showing up at the show. Dave, who has to make the phone calls to book the band?
A lot of those two right there. A lot of it is Jen and Damian.
Jen, we
all try to network, but that's those are the core.
What's the first 30 seconds when you're talking to the booking agent or club owner to describe the band?
Well, thank goodness our name does kind of give away a little bit of what we do. So I say we're a high energy, dancey. We have costumes, we bring it all. So, yeah.
What's the music that you guys are covering? I know you're saying Crossing Decades, but is it 60s, 70s, 80s? Is it 80s, 90s, 2000s?
Exactly that. Yeah. It's
wow. Okay. All that stuff.
Yeah. So what we try to do, the niche that we try to do is a block of each decade. Sometimes in succession, we'll start with the 60s and go all the way to today. And there's been a couple times we've mixed it around, but it's always a block, like a rock block, if you will, of that particular decade, mixing in different genres as well.
So how many songs are in each block?
80s is the biggest, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it depending on the decade. So your 60s might be 4 or 5 songs, but you get to the 80s, you might be at 10, right?
Yeah. Sometimes it's a whole set.
On how long our set is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And depending on the show, we could even just bring one block, right?
Mm-hmm.
It might be like 80s or 90s are the ones we have the most. But that's what we're working. We're working to keep filling in. But a lot of times it is 5 or 6 because when we go, we take you, as we said, we can do the 60s till today, right? And so a lot of times we can put on a 3-hour show, and it really usually overflows 3 hours. We'll do a couple quick breaks, some costume changes and such, right? But as an example, right, from the 60s,
girls
maybe,
change. The girls change costumes.
Hey, I do
my
too.
Thing. That's just always been my thing. Any band I've ever been in, I always incorporate
it's kind of fun, just got to bring a lot of extra clothing,
Yep.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just taking stuff off, depending on where you're at. And if you have a green room, if you don't, we're sometimes just like stripping off stuff.
So you got layers? We're talking layers?
Sometimes it depends. If we have a 3-hour show, then I usually do a full change. But it can get stressful if you only have 45 minutes or the 75-minute shows, or even the 90-minute shows where you only get one break and you're like trying to figure out what you're.
And you got to make it 90 minutes. You got to make it quick because they don't.
Yeah.
For me, a lot of times it's a hat and a vest change.
Malfunctions too. Sometimes there are wardrobe malfunctions, and but it's fun. I do it all in good fun.
That's good. That's
the
good.
guys support me wearing my little things on stage. So
I support that. So what we're getting into outdoor season. What's coming up out there? You want to brag in some of the shows?
Sure. Our first show is going to be actually where we had our debut. It's Rookies in Elgin. It's going to be the end of June. Our guitarist is still kind of healing from a surgery on his arm, so we don't want to push too fast. We're just now getting back into practicing, but we think like end of June is good. So we're going to try to, get a show out there. We may have one earlier, but for now, that's what we got booked.
Sure.
And then we got a couple more outdoor shows later actually one outdoor so far. Outdoor.
So I was looking at your Facebook page and it said Rock Goddess.
There's a funny story about that. There's three of us from way back in the day. My one friend named Angel was Rock Angel. Another one of my friends that's in the musician circle. She's not a singer or anything. She's more like the groupie of the bunch, but she moved to Tennessee a few years ago, but she was the Rock Princess, if you know of Christine.
I see where this is going.
And I was the Rock Goddess. So, because I just love to dress up and maybe the blonde hair. I don't know. But it's just been my nickname for years. It started back in like the 2000s. So it's kind of like one of, a Sparkles, everybody has just always called me that. So that's what, yeah.
I like it.
Either that or it's downtown Jenny Brown. They call me that too, but I've gotten some flack on that one, so I usually don't use it that much anymore.
Wasn't downtown Julie Brown black?
Exactly.
Okay, just checking.
Okay. It has a nice ring to it, but
it works. Works. A brown,
Yeah.
But I've always liked Rock Goddess. Do I think I'm a rock goddess? Not necessarily, but I like the play on the words because I definitely am a rock chick, and
it's all fun too. Because when I saw it on Facebook, it brought a smile to my face. That's cool, I mean, whatever. I mean, it's I'm sure you're not going to the DMV saying I'm the Rock Goddess, but
No.
when you're out there performing, people know you as that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, Damian, I'm sorry, Sgt Sparkles, were you in 413 with these two, or how did you come into play? Just one more time. I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Sure, not a problem. So 413, it started with Mike and I, our other guitarists, and we kind of, as the years go by, lineup changes and whatnot, and then right at the end of, before we decided let's change it up a little bit, put 413 to bed. Jen and Dave, or as we call him, Doc. So the three of us are the only ones that have nicknames. So Doc joined the band, and then we made a collective decision to kind of rebrand and come up with Crossing Decades. So I've been there from the start when we were 413.
Okay.
Show them your tattoo.
I did. I forgot what arm it was on.
There you go. I mean, it's
right.
rebranded.
So, then we rebranded.
And then we rebranded. But,
now you got to get Crossing Decades on the.
I am. I'm gonna get the logo right on my wrist.
Nice.
Oh boy, that's dedication if I ever heard one.
So you can't fire him. They can't fire him if that happens. You know that.
Oh no. Yeah.
Well, if they would have, I made the joke to Mike when he first said, he goes, so what happens, and I go, well, I designed the logo, so, don't piss me off. I'll copyright it. You got to change it. So
he also came up with the name, because what we did was we allowed, like our fans, we asked people, we're looking for a hot new name. We gave out some examples of different names, and then we let our audience vote, and Crossing Decades won. So
what were some of the other names?
Mikey Likes It.
Yeah. Well, Mike is our, like I said, Mike and I, we started the band together with another guy. And then he's kind of like, if you hear like different bands have like a music director and stuff like that, he's kind of like the ground layer of it. We rehearsed at his house. A lot of the equipment's his. And he gets all the music for everybody to rehearse. So when it comes to music, a lot of times it's, whether or not Mike likes it.
Yeah.
It's more about whether or not
I get it, but like when I hear that, the first thing I think of is that little kid eating life cereal.
Yeah,
that was it. Yeah.
Kind of a play on.
But that's why people in the band and people voting for it wanted it, because like, oh, you have that, and I laugh. I'm like, yeah, I can see the cartoon logos we could possibly do from that. However,
yeah, but to Mike's point, he didn't want to be an ego, because when you say whether or not Mike likes the song, whether you do it, it's kind of, it looks down upon what he is, because it really comes down to whether or not it seems something that we can actually play and sound good doing.
Yeah.
And he's got that ear to be able to go, I just don't feel this is going to go over well. We just don't sound good doing it. And that's where, or if you can't find music, that always helps too. So it comes down to that. But that was one. I'm trying to think of other ones that we had.
I was trying to think too. It's been 3 years. I don't remember. Doc, do you remember some of the other names?
I don't. I honestly do not.
I always remember Mike likes it, but after that, but we had some other there was like 5 in the running, and it was a majority. And even I wanted Crossing Decades, so because that was the whole thing. We want to be able to showcase what we're doing in the band. As good as 413, is for how they started it and what the meaning was behind it for them, for bar owners and things like that. It was kind of tricky. So
even putting that on a logo, you're like, I'm not sure who's this band 413. I mean, it doesn't say enough. I mean, they have to know you guys to know what you do.
Okay.
We're crossing,
and that was the challenge back then, and trying to get going, because it didn't explain anything. It has a great history, good story, but we had to explain it. But then once we got the band running and stuff like that, but after a while, it just kind of it ran its course, and we decided to start fresh with the 4 of us, and added one more singer in there to just give it a fresh start. So we're kind of starting over, but then again, kind of not. And quickly we got our name out there as Crossing Decades, and it really starts it. I just remember one name I came up with was Time Traveler. That was quickly vetoed.
Bar Stars. I found the official poll. Bar Stars, Cover Night, and Sugar Rush were the other 3 that were the ones we found, because we had a ton of them. We did. Those are the final 3 or final 5 that we all
Sugar
put
Rush.
out.
I actually think my husband came up with Bar Stars because he thinks that's all I am. He's like, you're just a bar star. I'm like, shut up. Yeah, I definitely remember. I can't believe I didn't remember that one, but yeah.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah. I mean, they're not bad names, I think Crossing Decades, though, once again, getting back to that, it does really kind of tell you what you guys are doing. And, now that knowing that you're doing from 60s all the way to 2000s, but I mean, it's like, that you kind of know what you're getting there, where if somebody says Bar Stars, hey, those guys could be hard rock. They could be, mellow rock. They could be disco. What are they? You don't know that,
Yeah. And then when people ask, so when we explain to them, we play everything from 60s to today, and they're like, what do you mean everything? And not to be cliche, but literally we play a little bit of everything, so we'll play some classic rock. We'll play a smidge of country, hard rock, metal, pop. We cover everything. I mean, we could do everything from like, we did the Beach Boys, a Beach Boys song at one point, to Sammy Hagar, to Judas Priest. Wow,
you guys are really
all over the place. Yeah, we're all over the place. We're amazing. We're all over the place.
How do you guys feel that the country is, when you guys do a country song, how it's received? Because I know that that's kind of big right now. Obviously, there's bands like Bella Kane, and there's people out there doing it, and it gets quite a response out there. How did you guys feel when you guys pull those out?
It's hit or miss, really. Sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't. I'm a metalhead that loves country, so I would love to get more country in there. But at the same time, when I look at what the crowd reactions on it, sometimes it just doesn't hit as much. We used to do like Scorpions, Big City Nights. Great song, love it.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that song. But when we played it, it just didn't get that crowd reaction. And so
Yeah.
when we've tested with different country songs, if it got a good reaction, it's stuck. But
Yeah.
if not, then we're really at the mercy of the crowd because we may like the song, but if they don't like it,
Yeah.
then why are we playing it? Because without them, we're not sitting here together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it becomes part of the shtick where we play one country song a
One
show.
country song a
Sometimes
show.
we do slip in an extra one, but yet that's part of the shtick because some of it too is we just have it depends on what decade it fits in and where it might fit in on the set list.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be tough. It is probably tough to come up with a set list because you could have so many different types of music, different genres of music that you could go from like you're saying, Damian, Judas Priest, and then all of a sudden the next song is the Human League or something. I mean, what happened there? It's kind of two different. So I guess is there a challenge then in constructing your sets for a show? Like, how are we going to make these flow? Maybe in the beginning of one particular decade, you're focusing in on a certain type of music, and then kind of block them together within the decade. Is that how it's done?
Jen's the set list doer.
Yeah, I
So
primarily do the set list. Some of the guys will do it here and there, but it is kind of challenging, but it's also fun because I try to figure out how, which songs are vocally challenging. So I don't put 3 in a row. That's going to kill like Damian, if it's the drummer heavy. So I try to figure out how the flow will go. But as we know, sometimes we're in practice and we're like, oh, we got to move that song. We can't have, he's going to be like dead to the water. And it takes some time. What we want to do is get enough songs so that we have like multiple set lists. So we can just kind of pick which one we want to do or change them up here and there. We're getting there. But yeah, we're definitely, it takes time to develop that many set lists with all kinds of different songs. We're learning a lot of new songs for this year right now. So once we get those in our pocket, then we'll be able to do more of that. Yeah. But I definitely do try while I'm doing my set list. Sometimes with the tuning, what's in drop D and things like that.
We'll find, it's all documented, but a lot of times I'm the one who will print out the final ones for us to bring. Yes. I will easily look through and make sure that we can group, like let's say there's a bit of a mini break somewhere to go, so we switch guitars.
Yeah.
Switch guitars, or I drop the bass tuning, something to make sure that we don't, minimize dead air, but also that say, Jen and Jess may know, hey, you got to talk to our crowd a minute or two here while we, we switch to a half step down because that's what the 80s did so much.
Yeah, and sometimes we'll have a song that needs a different guitar. So we're like, do we really want this song in our set? Even if we love the song, it might not make sense.
Yeah,
it's just one.
Yeah,
that's always a challenge when you have those tuning, because then you got a song that you got to rate when the song before it ends. The guitarist has to be ready either with another guitar or be ready to quickly get that in tune so there's not that, whatever 30 seconds or a minute or 2 minutes of dead air where you're just trying to fill time when you don't have music going,
Yeah, that's a big challenge because there's been times that we have 4 or 5 different guitar tunings within one show, but if we're doing like a double bill or we're opening up for someone, like if we there's been a few times we got to open up for Seventh Heaven, great guys, but we want to put on a good show for them so they rehire us. We don't want that dead air like you're saying, so now we've got to come up with, okay, now let's do what we want to do, but at the same time let's keep them all standard tuning or whatever the tuning is. So now Jen's going to pick each one, and plus we have another singer, so we have 2 lead singers, so that way both of them get equal time.
Yep. Yeah. So right. Split it almost 50-50, right? Trying to give them equal time on the leads. We just did a show with Seventh Heaven a couple of weeks ago, and we've opened for them before. Real good guys, Nick Cox and But when we did it, we did kind of focus more on, like we steered away from a little bit more of like I would, like the Grateful Dead stuff and the stuff that we really started doing originally. I
There
mean,
goes
we,
your
we don't
14-minute songs.
we don't
Yeah,
do a
right.
lot of Dead stuff, but we really got away from it on that show. We really were focusing on like No Doubt and Teddy Swims, and our set list was really tried to do, and we'll do that a lot of times, when we're playing with, depending on the band that we're paired up with. We do try and not necessarily match them, but at least get stuff that, kind of fits together so it's not so jarring.
Yeah, we
It can
did
be
we
very
did a show.
jarring if you're playing a Grateful Dead song to the Seventh Heaven crowd.
Yeah, so like we did a show at the Rock House last year. We with Fast Times and was it Hit Wave, I think they were called.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
so they're
Yeah.
predominant, both of them only 80s.
80s.
So we adjusted, and that was one of the few times we really weren't crossing decades.
Nope.
We just played 80s, and then
Yeah.
contacting them, going, "What are you guys playing? What are you playing?" So that way we don't overlap the songs.
That was
and so
trying to get an hour set list of stuff that they already didn't play.
Yeah.
We played a lot of their stuff.
And we have a ton of 80s songs. It's just that scenario of but we're not crossing over your.
Oh my God!
step
Who
on your
gets
set
to
list.
pick the Journey songs? It must be a fist fight.
that was the Journey was actually that was the one that because they do
A mashup,
well
right?
hit parade. I think I can't remember.
Hit Wave.
Hit Wave.
They were more like new wave
Synth pop,
and
yeah.
So they weren't that much of an issue, but with Fast Times, like they have they do a Journey song that's actually a mashup, but then they also do which is Don't Stop Believing, but they also do Separate Ways. Well, those are the two that we do as well. So it was kind of a toss up. Well, I'll give you this if you give me this, and then it's just kind of working out. And when we're all friends. I mean, as you know, every time we know everybody. We all know each other, so we know hey, let's do this, let's do that. Seventh Heaven was always great, where it was just like we were in contact.
They cover a lot.
Yeah. So they were just kind of like, just tell us what you're going to play, and we'll pick a different set list. So it's like, okay. They were the easiest. So
now, you may have just said it because I just edit videos in my basement. I never go out. I live vicariously through you all. But Seventh Heaven, don't they have that one song that has like 30 songs and 30?
One? Yeah, they have like 5 of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, they've got
several-
45 and 45 as well. Yeah.
30 and 30 songs and
I
30.
play those sometimes when I'm working out because it's like just a good mix of songs, and I've started to like memorize them along the way. There's just so much.
So I think at one of our shows they played 2 when we were opening for them. They actually played 2 different ones.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
did 3 a couple of weeks ago when we did it, and they weren't 30 minutes. They did the 30 songs in 30 minutes, but then they did 2 other similar type things with different songs, but they were like maybe 15, 20 minutes. But they kind of kept doing it. I think they only played maybe 6 full songs out of the 2-hour set.
Yeah.
Everything else was all like 1-minute clips.
So we took something from them, because they're so great to us. And Dino is just like one of the nicest guys out there. So looking at what they do, we decided, okay, we want something similar to that. So we came up, we love mashups. So we actually we have a mashup that we do that is, how long is that? That's like 8-9 minutes
8
long.
or 9 minutes, but it's got what, 6 songs in it?
A whole bunch of different songs. It's all in the tune of Back in Black. And so Doc will start out with singing Back in Black, and then we go into Rolling in the Deep, and then it's Staying Alive, and then Jen, you gotta help me out there.
We Will Rock You.
We Will Rock You.
Uptown Funk.
Yeah, Uptown Funk.
Come
Vanilla
Together.
Ice.
Oh yeah, Ice
Ice Ice Baby.
Ice Ice Baby. Come Together, and then we end it back. Mikey sings the last half of the last part of Back in Black,
Which is it's crazy. When you're playing it, it's automatic. We're trying to think what songs in which order.
So,
we're like, it's got to be.
For me, it's easy. I keep the same beat all the way through, so it's easy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, our version of that, because it's really cool what they do. So we're just like, hey, this would be really neat, and we love mashups. So we started incorporating that. We're actually trying to do another one, another version of that same one, so we can add songs that we actually play within that mashup as a full song. So
yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I did a mashup one time. I sat in with the band a couple times called Northside, and they did this like, gosh, I want to say it was probably 20 songs, but it was like a half hour. So they were doing slightly longer pieces of the song, and it was all disco. And I gotta tell you, you gotta be on that. I mean, and they weren't using tracks or anything, so it was all they were making all those transitions through those songs. That was challenging. I mean, that was like kind of like a little grueling when you're doing it because you don't get a break. I mean, you are literally going. And I think theirs was about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes, because the clips were about 2 minutes each, right around there. But oh man, I was like, well, what a concept, and the way that each song went from one to the next, you know.
Yeah, I'm a 54-year-old drummer. I need a little bit of a break. I can't go.
That's a lot, right? It's a lot to do that.
Yeah, the transitions will kill.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's a lot. That's interesting stuff.
Oh,
we also have a lot of fun.
Mikey's about to join us.
We also have a lot of fun because we will play different versions, potentially adapted to say the singing voices. Like we do Separate Ways, but we do the God, which version is it, Jen?
Eva Under Fire.
Eva Under Fire, there we go. So we'll do that because they already kind of by default they don't have keyboards, but also it's it's set for a female lead voice. But we'll do like we play Chain of Fools, but we'll do the Little Caesar version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like one we're learning to do, we're doing a Taylor Swift song. We're doing Blank Space, and it's super fast. I mean, it's a totally different version. You know the song, you hear it, and it's like, okay, this is cool, but it's like it throws a curveball. It's fast and fun. Hey, Mikey.
Hold on, I have to.
Hello, sorry I'm late.
A spider, get me a drink.
Oh, there's Spider Mike. Look, Mike, I got my shirt on. See?
I saw.
A plug.
Put mine on.
Shameless plug.
Hey, how do you get your guitar?
Pardon?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
Your guitar, Mike.
Mike, not me.
Little known fact.
Yeah, he's got a wall of guitars, so he just turns on, hits the web, it shoots back to him. So
there you go.
Wow, look at that!
Wow,
Mikey broadcasting from the studio.
That's the rehearsal space.
That's a lot of receipts right there, baby.
Yeah.
Two of the greatest times in a band's life is number one, coming up with the name, and number two, finding out what songs you're going to play. What was the process like? Okay, we'll leave the band name alone, but the songs, okay, number one, if the singer can't sing it, you can't do the song. But like, what is the process to introduce another song? Because a lot of people go in with, let's just say Bongo Mike, say, well, I really like that one. Well, you're one of, I don't know, a gazillion opinions because everybody's got one. Like, what is, bottom line, if you can't sing it, you can't play it, right? Move on to the next one. But how do you know what you're going to put in next in the set list?
Well, Damian, you should take this.
We don't have that problem.
Well, yeah.
That problem.
Oh, you're the one.
Yeah. So so the last time, as we were taking a little break when Mike was having his surgery, we decided, hey, like Jen was saying, we want to build up our catalog so that way we can actually have multiple sets, and just go, hey, we're going to play this set this time. Jen doesn't have to figure it out all the time. So we went to Mike's and we record every show. So after the show, it's like game film for us.
Yeah.
And so we're watching game film and we decided to pull up, okay, let's make a list. So we shared a document amongst the six of us, and then it was everybody just start plugging songs in that they want to do. And then what we do is we vote on it. Mm-hmm. And if it has four or more, so a majority, then those get plugged in. And then we start searching for the music. We give it a test run. We see how it goes. And if it works right, because we've had a couple within, I think it was 40 songs, Mikey, we got that we're learning right now. And there's been one or two. It's like this just isn't going to work. We can't do this for whatever reason, and so we'll throw that out. And then we'll go out. We'll play them. Like the example I gave you for Scorpions' "Big City Nights." Mike and I were pumped about that song. Scorps fans, great song, and we played it like 2 or 3 times, and it just did not give a reaction. So unfortunately, okay, then that one's got to go. and just
But
and
but do
program
you
on.
but do you look at the time, like were you opening, closing? Because when they're sober, they don't do shit. But if they have a couple
Oh,
of drinks,
sure.
they're better. Do you look
Yeah.
at? I'm serious. Like that's a
Yeah,
great
no,
idea.
absolutely.
Do you have a camera on the crowd to see the reaction? Not your reaction, but the audience reaction to see what they're. Do you count the phones recording? Like, what do you do? Seriously.
I know I'm watching all the time. The camera's always on the band because then we can sit there and go, dude, what were you doing there? And we just make fun of each other. But we listen to the crowd reaction. I mean, I've got a great seat when we're in a big enough venue, and I'm not just looking at everyone's butts, but I'm constantly scanning the crowd and just kind of seeing the reaction. If I see someone like air guitaring or air drumming back there, I'm like, okay, I know they're in it. They've got it. And so those are the reactions we get. And sometimes we're surprised. One of the favorite songs that people like, and I actually despise the song. And over the years, Mike and I have been playing this back in 413 days, is Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. It's a horrible song. And yet it goes over huge
Country song.
every single time. I can't think of a time that people didn't get excited for it. And it okay, we'll leave it in there. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's just one of those songs but people love it. Why? It sucks.
Hard to replace. It's hard to replace that one country song, like we were saying, because that is the song even my friends look forward to. I'm like, why?
Yeah. And
I was going to say it's either that or that Garth Brooks tune, right? I mean, those are like the two that people always do.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fun to play, and when the crowd's into it, everybody's moving around, and it's just I'll play a song that I hate, and I'll say it's a shitty song, but if the crowd's into it, it's my favorite song.
Right, because it's about the crowd. If you don't have a crowd, it doesn't matter. So sometimes bands don't understand that. Well, I hate that song, or I hate, so what? Play it. The crowd likes it. Okay.
That's I love rock and roll for me. Like the crowds go wild for that song, and I cringe every time. But if they request it,
I gotta call you out on Jen. That's not your song. Don't Stop Believing is Jen's song. When we would play it, Jen would turn around and look at me and give me this look like she just ate a shit sandwich. She's just disgusted by the song.
Chicks love Journey.
I have played it so many years now regularly that I could dig that song again. It's the I love rock and roll pierces through my soul.
Yeah. Well, it's just because people love the song, though.
Yeah,
I know they do.
They love it. You play it the minute they hear that riff. Yeah, I know. I kind of despise it also.
Well, hold on. What happened?
Well, it's because you play it over and over and over and over again. Because that's the one that's like at times it's like it's on every set list, even though you pull them.
But even Journey,
and you play that song.
But even Journey the band, that Filipino guy's been there 25 years. He's like, I can't do this anymore, and they won't let him leave.
Yeah, I just read that. Yeah, they won't let him leave.
Yeah, it could be worse. I guess there's always something to compare it to.
Yeah. Well, it's just I think when you're just playing songs all the time, and obviously, like Dave said, it ends up on so many. Everyone's got it on their set list. I mean, not everybody, but a lot of bands do it. A lot of bands cover it, and it's it's a sing along. People love it, But I'm kind of with you, Jen. I really am not a huge fan of that song. But.
Oh, it could be in a mashup where it's like a couple seconds of it. Great.
That's actually tolerable.
Perfect for it.
Yeah, because I don't have to stomach all 3 minutes and 20 seconds of it. But
so like, what's the okay? If you do outside, okay, that's a fixed amount of time. But inside, like, how long do your sets run? It depends if you're opening, middle, or closing, or what's the longest one you guys do?
Again, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you're the main band on the stage, wherever it is, you're doing 3 typically.
Yeah.
Because because the next one coming up, we're at Mickey Finn's in August.
That's a 3 hours.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 3 hour. So we'll probably do 3 separate sets, costume change in between, and.
How do you costume change in that place? I mean, don't you have to leave the stage, right? There's nowhere to change.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's bathroom time. There's no room in there that I know of. But I make it work. As long as they give me 15 minutes, I'm usually good. We tend to take long breaks, so I gotta be like,
oh
no.
Well, You can't take any breaks. What's going on?
I don't. I barely get to sit down. I'm always changing, but that's what I like to do. So it's the guys don't make me do it.
You know
Again,
what's kind of funny is
drummer.
I don't know if you guys ever saw the band Beyond the Blonde.
Yeah.
So she's got like one of those like panels that says Beyond the Blonde on it, and then she changes behind there. Yeah, it's Charity, right? Or
Charity,
Charity, yeah. When I saw her doing that, I think it was at I think it might have been at like Long Grove Apple Fest or something. I'm like, oh, perfect. It's got like a dual purpose. It's not only got the name of the band, but it's her changing room.
I had that back when I was in Cougar in, 2010, I think we started, or 2009. I remember we had one of those little like tent screen things.
Yeah.
It didn't have our band name on it yet, but I definitely find that to be helpful when you don't have access to like a green room or something, but
Any advice to up and comers and on green rooms? Because that's number one. Some don't. The newer ones like what green room?
You probably won't find one in many places.
If we have a green room, it's usually used for the girls so that they can change. So if you have one of those and and it's all guy band and you have one girl in there, that's not your green room. That's hers.
And sometimes, boy, you got to learn where it is, because we did Dirty Nelly's last year, and it's in the catacombs. We're walking around, and they have signs. They're like, and I'm laughing. I'm thinking Spinal Tap, hello Cleveland, because they have signs trying to show you where it is. And they had a couple different rooms, but it was like, okay, learn where it is.
Yeah.
I was there first with gear.
There's like 3 green rooms down there, isn't there? I mean, I remember there was like some were bigger than others, and
And I kind of like, I'm there. I'm like, you built this from scratch. This does not make sense. How is this? This is probably meant to be a storage room, and they just said, "I'm making a band room."
Yeah. You go out, you take a right, then you take a left, then you go up the stairs, take another left, and you're on the stage.
Like that. I think we did a video, like a Spinal Tap thing. I never saw it, but we did record it. I think Mike recorded it.
Yeah, we do have a video of us walking out and then getting lost.
I need to see that.
I don't think there's been any better green room than the bathroom at Penny Road pub.
That place always smelled weird.
Home of the pink eye.
Originally, it was originally white, but it got tainted green towards the end.
I didn't even like to go to the.
I miss Penny Road, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we jest, but that's part of the deal. You gotta work your way up.
All clubs have their little niche that you just don't forget. So, like for me, Penny Road, they used to have the big can lights, with the hanging down, but then they had a drum riser, and every single show I would get up there, Mike would turn around, don't hit your head, and boom, I hit my head every single time. It's just one of those. Everything has their own like little thing that you just that place reminds me of this, and so.
And they give you a tan because they were so close to you and so hot.
Yeah, my head would be so hot. I lost my hair because of that.
So before we forget, who's handling the ticket sales? Where are the upcoming shows? What's the URL or the Facebook page to send people before we forget? Because we always cut it out and then we forget. I don't want to do that to you guys. Who knows what's what? What shows are coming up, and where do we send people to find out more about you guys?
So our first show is going to be at Rookies in Elgin. I think we have to still do an invite for that because it just got booked. But we have our Facebook page, which is Crossing Decades Chicago. Right, Mike?
Correct.
You guys, obviously there's other Crossing Decades.
If you don't put Chicago, you go to Germany.
Yeah, there's a Crossing Decades, because that was the big thing when we were when we decided rebranding, change the name. Was like, okay, well, is there another band out there for this? And that one, there was one, but it was in Germany. So we're like, okay, we're good. So you got to put Crossing Decades Chicago. Yeah,
the original.
Yeah.
And it's not up yet, but crossingdecades.com is coming very soon.
Okay.
Right, but the Facebook page is where to see it and get. If you like the page, you'll get the invites and such. And right now, two of the shows are free shows, right? There's no cover. Mickey Finn's, they start charging a cover at a given time of night. Well, that'll all be on the invite. But if you're in there earlier for dinner, which is what they love, stay for the band. It is a free show.
Yeah, I don't remember them charging a cover the last couple
They
of times I
started,
went.
yeah,
Yeah,
they started, but a lot of it is based on the time of night,
yeah, it's like
right? So
$5. Is that
it's
what they do at the
something
door?
like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
something like that. But it's kind of like they started knowing that people started coming later just to see the bands and not eat, right? So they started that, and it's economies of bands, right? If they want to pay more for other bands, they got to charge a cover.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just go early and eat
Yeah.
and then hang out.
They got good food there, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, good food, good beer.
Yeah.
All right, Bongo Mike, let's get to the important questions, please.
The important
Oh.
stuff.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. So, at the end of the show, as we're winding it down, I always like to ask each member a few questions, and so we'll just go one by one. We'll do one question at a time. These are just to get to know you guys, as we trying to understand your band. We got a good concept of what you guys are doing and what you got going on. We want to find out other stuff. So we'll start with Dave, and each one of you will get the same question. So Dave he doesn't get time to think. You guys do. And the first
Out of the
question
chute.
I always have, because I'm always curious, like, what is or what was your first concert? And I'm talking about one where you paid money, you bought a ticket, you went into the show. Who was it? Where was it? Dave.
Rosemont Horizon, probably 86, 87. Rush, Power Windows Tour.
Oh man, I was at that show.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah, I was actually at that show, and back in the day, I remember it very vividly because the manager at my dad's restaurant had a connection to get tickets, and this is before like scalpers and stuff, and I ended up with second row, dead center. And the guy I went with, and we don't even have cell phones back then. The guy I went with brought like a regular, camera that he has to do film. He took pictures and blew them up, not posters, but bigger than normal.
yeah.
I'll never forget that. And it was a sort of a makeup show for me because a couple years prior, I was heading to see the Grace Under Pressure tour. And we got in a horrific car accident right by Superdog. And unfortunately, out of 5 guys, I'm the only guy that went to the hospital. So I ended up missing the show. So Power Windows was my first Rush concert, and I was at
Yeah.
that show. And that was, I believe Marillion opened, if I'm not mistaken.
That somehow sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
We were all there to see Rush. We didn't care who opened.
It was a good mix, though.
It was
I like that
background
movie.
music. Yeah.
All right. Downtown Jennifer Brown. Let it rip. What was the first concert?
So mine was Metallica.
Okay.
I want to say I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay.
I know I missed my Saturday detention because, sorry.
Way to go.
My friends dragged me to this concert, and I was like, I'd never been to a concert, so it was like, but I loved Metallica. I mean, they were like, up and coming, obviously, and like, I knew a lot of the songs. That was my first experience ever smelling weed outside of school.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
It was a fun time.
A big cloud of it.
Yeah. I was kind of scared though. I remember being scared because I've never been in that big crowd atmosphere before, and it definitely gets.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. I think Pete, we should write these down because we've had some very interesting ones. But I think we've had Metallica before.
Yeah, tell me about your first bong hit.
Don't tell us about the bong hit. Sgt Sparkles, you're up next.
Mine was Bon Jovi and Cinderella on the Slippery When Wet tour, Alpine Valley.
Nice.
And it was just so cool to see, the lights and stuff like that. And ironically, I remember more, because this was 86. So I remember more about Cinderella and their performance, and just their showmanship was just unbelievable. So I remember that more than I remember Bon Jovi.
Yeah, they were on the Night Songs tour, and he would
Yeah.
have been on the Slippery When Wet.
Yeah.
Nice.
45 minutes, and it was just power. It was awesome.
That's awesome. All right, Spider Mike.
My first concert would have been at the Rosemont Horizon. It was Van Halen, the first one with Sammy Hagar.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That was my intro to that, and that was a very good intro.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, seeing Eddie for the first time.
Yeah. He was just so amazing in concert, you know.
I was never a big Van Halen fan at the time. You know, I knew who they were, but I didn't really follow them. And then going to see them live, and I was a Sammy Hagar fan at the time. So seeing great, and then it's like, who's this guy? This guy's amazing.
Yeah.
So it was really memorable.
How does he get his fingers to do that?
Oh my gosh.
Mike's still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guitar players who are still trying to figure that out. All right, back over to Dave. See, you guys, the other three, you guys have it easy because you guys got a chance to think about it. Dave's on the spot each time. Dave, your favorite movie of all time?
Rounders.
Really?
Yeah. Rounders. Damian. It's a poker. Yeah, I am a poker player. Right. Anytime we about once every year we go to Vegas, I just head off to a poker room and play.
That's awesome.
Are you going out for the World Series?
We'll probably be there during that time. I've actually played in 2 World Series events over my years. The best I ever did was probably 66 out of 600 and some odd people.
Oh God,
60 paid. So that tells you how just right there.
What's that like going through that? Okay, the second time, okay, you had some experience, but the first time going in that big ass conference room, which hotel was it?
Oh man, it was at the Rio. It was right after it was kind of like after the big explosion. Like online poker was still a thing, right? The poker players were kind of being treated like stars. I mean, I got tons of autographs from like most of the really big names. I mean, some of it's awe, but then when you sit down and play, you just got to look and go, I just got to play.
Yeah.
Because I sat with Lane Flack, Scotty Nguyen, some really big names.
Moneymaker.
I didn't play with Moneymaker directly. So, and a couple tables away from me was Daniel Negreanu, so I got to say hi to him. Right, a lot of really cool people. Obviously, they're being very nice to you to take your money and chips, right? So, but that's part of it. That's part of their shtick, right? If but a lot of it is just you got to go. You just got to sit and play as if they're the same people. Because I played online a bunch back then too, and a lot of times, a lot of those same people in the one tournament I was in I would play with online, right? So it's like, you got to treat it just like that. And but again, that was one of the favorite movies. It's obviously not exactly like the movie.
No.
Right. That's poker playing condensed into an hour and a half. It's like,
don't spray the pot.
Yeah. I have memorabilia. I have actually a chip or two that was used in the movie.
Oh, pretty cool.
Floating around somewhere. That was pretty cool. Yeah, it's like a Teddy KGV chip.
Very cool. Jennifer, you're up.
I
mean, we're talking like something you can just put on. You've seen it. You've seen it 25, 30 times.
Best music movie. How's that?
Mine's like a tie between, these are going to sound really weird, but Titanic and Armageddon. Those are like my two. I love those movies both equally.
Those are great movies.
But the Titanic, I used to have the VHS, so I would only play the first tape a lot because the second tape was all the bad stuff. So I like the very first couple hours where they're like, romantic.
The love story.
But once they hit that iceberg, it's all just action.
Leonardo DiCaprio becomes a human popsicle.
Yeah, why the hell?
But I love Armageddon.
Put him on the damn ice.
I don't. They tried to do that.
I'm sorry, Bongo. Continue.
So those are good. Those are good. Well, listen, Titanic's a classic. I mean, Armageddon. That's just eye candy. That's just It's a very entertaining movie. It's lots of explosions and lots of going on.
Buscemi for me. He is the funniest guy in that movie. I love like certain one-liners from that movie. I love.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Sgt Sparkles. You can't say Full Metal Jacket.
No,
MRE Vomlet.
I don't like watching a lot of military movies because I end up critiquing it and then I stop enjoying it.
I can do that.
But I love movies, so I'm gonna answer it in two ways because Pete brought up one about the soundtracks. So my all-time favorite movie, and this is really obscure and I never hear anybody say it. One of my favorite all-time movies is Casablanca. Humphrey Bogart's is the coolest guy ever. But to answer your question about like soundtracks, and I see it like on Facebook and someone's like, what's the best soundtrack? And I always put on there any Adam Sandler movie. You may not like the movie, but his soundtracks are always good. Watch Grown Ups, banger after banger. And it's like, oh my God, Yeah. And it was in 1985 from Paul McCartney and the Wings. It's like, holy shit, that's a great one. So those, So to get both of them, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Those are classics, classic Casablanca, and you can't go wrong with any of those movie soundtracks. You're right. Adam Sandler knows how to pick the right songs, and it's a good mixed CD.
Yeah.
If you go buy it, it's perfect.
Even Wedding Singer.
Well, that's a great one. That's a great.
I like that one.
Spider Mike, you up?
Yeah, I'm more. I know it's probably lame, but I'm a Star fan. I can watch any one of those and over and over again. Yeah. I couldn't pick
Star Wars
one, but
which is your favorite?
Well, I still like Empire Strikes Back. I think probably like the best one. Now, the Ewoks
it really was. I mean, because the first one kind of set it up, but by the time you get to Empire Strikes Back, it's a lot of action. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Definitely. Good. I like it.
But yeah, I'm old school like that. As a soundtrack, the Blues Brothers is still one of my absolute favorites.
God, yeah.
I still argue with my son that it's a musical, but he doesn't believe it.
It is a musical.
Right?
How is that not a musical?
I mean, come on. In the diner scene with Aretha Franklin and James Brown in the church.
I mean, you can't go wrong with that one.
What did you think of Blues Brothers 2?
Well, the music wasn't too bad.
I got the soundtrack.
I mean, the movie itself was a little goofy, but
it was.
Wasn't anything like the first one, but nothing could be like the first one anyway.
No.
But
it kind of was like a retread, right? They just kind of did similar type of thing.
Yeah, like they had to get the band back together, all that. But the music at the end when they did that battle, pretty good.
With Erica Badu and Paul Schaefer. Yeah, I got the soundtrack, and the movie's kind of like one of those guilty pleasures. It's almost like Caddyshack 2. It's bad, but it's bad enough that I can actually watch it and enjoy it. Well, now we've made it to the last question, the last one. Pete always wants to know this. We'll start over here with Dave, and that is going to be Pop-Tarts. Love them or hate them?
Pop-Tarts?
Pop-Tarts. Wow. I love them. I do, but we in many cases can't have them in the house because my daughter Remy is diabetic. And that would be one of the scenarios. It was a great quick breakfast at times. Let's just say a quick junky breakfast. But that would be one of the things that just shot her blood sugar. And it was strangely enough, there was other things, candy, anything else didn't do it, but that did. So we just stopped having them.
Oh, man.
Just made them not available.
Yeah, that's a smart move. Why have any temptation there, right?
Which was actually probably good for my waistline too.
Right, exactly.
But no, yeah, cherry Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Delish. Jennifer, you're up.
Okay, so I love Pop-Tarts. Frosted strawberry are probably my favorite, but I will not eat them cold anymore. I used to like them when I was a kid cold, but now I have to have them in the toaster. They have to be hot. Yeah. I don't want no cold, gooey filling. At all. So I think it's a texture thing. I don't know, but our temperature thing. But yeah, I do still eat them here and there. But I don't like a lot of the like chocolate ones or the ones that just look awful inside. I can't.
Yeah. I'm with you. Strawberry's my favorite, and I do like that thing toasted. I don't really eat them cold. So
yeah, they just don't taste the same.
Not the same. All right, Damian, you up?
All right, I think Mike knows where I'm going to go with this. I love the strawberry frosted one as well. See, he knows.
Yeah.
Only toasted, but to quote Family Guy, Pop-Tart with butter.
I heard
I never
that.
tried that.
Which the song is
guy.
awesome either. If you ever heard the Family Guy, if you ever had a Pop-Tart.
You're the second guy we've had on the show that said that.
You put it in there, and then and when it's nice and hot, you put the butter, and the butter melts and makes Pop-Tart with butter. Give me any day.
I'm gonna try that, man. I'm gonna try that because that sounds good.
Awesome.
I haven't tried it yet either, but that's the second time I've heard it on this show. Somebody said that.
Hold on, we got to ask Damian Sargent a real question. Best MRE dessert: the fudge cookie or the oatmeal raisin?
Oh, that's tough. Those are old school ones. Because now they come with they come with Skittles.
Yeah.
The oatmeal was good. I was an oatmeal person. I was outnumbered on that, but yeah, the oatmeal one was good.
Okay.
Oatmeal bar.
Well, the trades in you guys, trade your way up to an M60.
It was kind of like prison rations, Yeah, I'll give you that, So.
Well, Dave, Jennifer, Spider Mike.
Wait, we got Mike. We got Mikey Pop-Tart.
Mike eats Pop-Tarts.
I want to thank everybody for coming on, and then Spider Mike, he's going to close us out with his best Pop-Tart.
Well, I still eat tarts. Yes, I can eat them way cold or warm. I don't really care. Sometimes I just have them. Just you need sweet. Little treat there. Yeah, all different flavors too. I like the brown sugar and cinnamon's really good.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There's a banana bread one that's all right. The strawberry one's always that's a staple. You can go with
standby. Yeah,
that's a good one. But yeah,
it's almost turned into like a green eggs and ham.
I'm telling you though, if you never have butter on a Pop-Tart,
I gotta try that.
I gotta do it too.
I like it.
No, margarine or parquet.
I'm a butter guy. It's healthy.
Yeah.
I want hydrogenized oil, whatever that crap is. All right, everybody. Dave, thanks for coming back, bringing the crew. Love to have the rest of them come on here. Real quick, when are we going to see you next? Where's the show at?
Rookies in Elgin.
End of June.
June 26th.
You got to throw in the Rock House or they get pissed. It's no Rock House? Rookies Rock House?
No, that's Rookies in Elgin. It's another one.
Rookies in Elgin. Yeah.
Okay, in Elgin. Okay, got it.
I think the Rock House is closed.
Yeah, Rookies Rock House is shut down for unknown period of time right now.
Maybe it'll come back someday. You know how Penny Road was on, off.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll come back someday.
It's a nice theater too, It's a nice event. Kind of a shame, So
gotta get more people out. Everybody, have a great night. Thanks for hanging with us all. Peace out. The Chicagoland Hogpod Local Music Podcast. Take care.
You.
Great job.
Thanks guys.
All right.